welcome to Hopcast.
Thanks for coming back, everybody.
I'm Brett Chmielewski.
My name is Ken Hunnemeder.
And Stouts.
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple days after New Year's. We're in the thick of it, January. Let's drink some Russian Imperial Stouts.
I know. I feel like it's been a while since we've had a big, bold stout. I feel like there's
We've
a
been
couple
drinking Pilsners and
Yeah, but there was like a
IPAs.
year there where it was like, stout.
We had something to prove.
Yeah, we can drink them too.
So we got a couple of local beers. One from Solemn Oath, the Kavorka, and three Floyds, their Blot Out The Sun. Is that right? Yeah.
This says Russian Imperial Stout. I think that one said Imperial Stout. Is there a difference between the two?
Not really.
Yeah. Okay.
not really.
Short answer, no.
Nah.
All right. Well, should we go by alcohol then? What do we got on here? We got does not say. All right. And this one here, does it not say? I feel like stout 11.5.
Let's go with the one in your hand.
All right. All right. Let's do it. Let's start with Solemn Oath.
Yeah, Kavorka. Let's do it.
That just poured out heavy. I feel like my glass weighs.
Almost broke.
Like, gloom, gloom, gloom.
Yeah, certainly a dark, viscous beer. Has kind of a little bit of a wispy head for, it's not a super intimidating head is I guess the point I'm trying to make.
Okay.
But certainly smells, I mean, you've got the kind of like a licorice aspect to it.
Mm-hmm. Almost coffee roasty aroma.
Chocolatey. A little bit of tart cherry in there.
Yeah, it smells good.
Yeah, it smells great. Cheers.
Give it a taste. Whew, that's gonna be a sipper.
Yeah, this is
That's not barrel aged, right?
No.
No, it feels like it has like a booziness to it though.
There's definitely, I mean, there's certainly a lot of booze
11.5,
in there. I think it's very roasty and also quite a bit hoppy too. There's like a competition there between the roast and the hops for me.
Which is probably helping this beer, like making it not that it's easy to drink, but making it like more approachable.
I think it's
The balance, it's helping balance it, I guess.
yeah, I mean, it finishes kind of dry, but I think the hops kind of help that out in a way, if that makes sense. It's certainly not like a syrupy, sugary, sweet imperial stout.
No, it's
For what it is, it's pretty dry.
yeah, it's very roasty. It almost feels burnt, which you can like or hate, but it just feels like kind of burntness. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's like kind of what I was trying to describe with the hops and the roasted malt or barley that's in this beer.
And I think there's a lot of stouts that I usually add coffee, and I usually like that little bit to it. It adds this extra either complexness to it or something. But
I mean, you could certainly mistake this for having coffee in it because the roast is so pronounced on this beer. I like it.
yeah, it says with molasses and dark fruit with a light and piney hop balance.
Okay. So this isn't just a straight ahead imperial stout. They've actually added some things to it.
Yeah.
And maybe the molasses is what I was attributing as licorice. I'm not sure in the aroma.
Molasses and potatoes.
Is that a Russian imperial stout joke?
Yeah, no.
Great potato famine.
But what's a Kavorka?
Kavorka, I mean,
Great
it's
potato famine. What do we got at Kavorka?
it's like, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So the Kavorka, I know it from the Latvian Orthodox faith from that episode of Seinfeld.
Oh, okay.
That's where I get-
The time I went to synagogue or whatever. Is that sin?
I think we're just shouting out words at this point.
We do not understand.
No, so that's where I get all my history from, is from episodes of Seinfeld. And there's an episode where, I mean, it loosely translates to the lure of the animal.
Okay.
And Kramer is, it's pretty much a person who is irresistible to any member of the opposite sex.
All right.
So Kramer has this, and he's trying to get rid of it, unbelievably. And there's certain ways you can do it. One of which is to wear a necklace of garlic.
Well, I think you have to smell bad
Right.
to the ladies.
So they got a nice, attractive lady in a bikini here, and a Kramer-like character here with a bunch of garlic.
Should have just used the beach cologne. He was making for Calvin
Smell
Klein.
like the beach. Or you could just swim in the East River again.
Yeah. But this
So
is like,
I appreciated the name of the beer because I'm a Seinfeld fan.
okay. This is like a step up. I mainly picked this up because of the label. Like Solemn Oath started with their labels being like all black with these like gold foil kind of things, and this one is a ton of color. I feel like it looks expensive. Like there's something about it that just like looks expensive.
So for a Solemn Oath label, this has a ton of color.
It has a ton of color. Yeah. It was attractive to me.
Good. Well,
Damn.
it worked, you guys. You got Brad's money.
But Solemn Oath, yeah, they're out in Naperville. They've been around. This will be their 3rd year now.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of stuff. Only recently into the packaged, bottled beer game, so you can enjoy them at home now as well as at your local Chicago taverns. They're up in Wisconsin now as well.
Oh, that's
they
right,
distribute out there. They did a little push about that. So a bunch of good guys that work there making great beer. So what else do you want?
Yeah, so we're going to sip on this one for sure.
And ladies.
And
Ladies
ladies.
working over there too.
Yeah, let's sip on this and move on to Three Floyds.
Cheers.
Three days later, we finally finished that.
Yeah, I mean,
It wasn't
talking
bad.
about Imperial
It wasn't
Stouts.
bad.
They're
No.
sippers. So we took our time. We chatted. We got to know each other a little bit better
Right.
after 6 years.
Even better. It got weird.
But anywho, we're ready to move on to the Three Floyds, the Blot Out The Sun.
Blot Out The Sun.
So you've had this, the barrel aged version.
Yeah, I was
at
looking at
Fobab.
my check-ins on Untapped, and I had it last Fobab at the Bridgeport Arts Center.
So you remember nothing about it.
Nothing.
Okay, good.
And you were there, so you probably had it too.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Maybe I did. I don't know.
Probably had it twice.
Well, here we go. Blot Out The Sun. I can smell the hops already.
We got more of like a ruby color in this one than just like blackness.
Yeah, definitely poured a little bit lighter than the Solemn Oath. Also has actually pretty fluffy head for this style of beer.
Uh-huh. And then like the Farm to Face from a couple episodes ago where it like filled up the room. Hops filled up the room here.
Right, yeah. So in true Three Floyds fashion, Russian Imperial Stout smells like hops.
Yeah. All right.
And we get a little chocolate. If you've had Alpha Claus, the aroma reminds me of Alpha Claus,
Okay.
which is their Christmas porter, like a hoppy dark porter.
There's almost like a dried fruit or something back there too.
Yeah, I could see that.
Figgy pudding, maybe.
Figgy
I
pudding.
don't know what figgy pudding smells like.
Potato famine.
Well, let's give it a try.
Cheers.
Okay. There's not a lot going on.
I think it's hoppy and it's chocolatey. It's relatively dry. I actually kind of like it.
I just felt like going from the Solemn Oath where it was very like there's the roastiness and the chocolate and the burnt taste, and there's like this just feels so clean.
It is clean. I think the Solemn Oath is a richer beer. This is a little bit easier to drink. I think we were just we didn't know which way to start on this one. We try to start easier to drink and then move our way
I think
up.
this one's only 10 something, so I think it's a little lower.
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of assumed, being Three Floyd's nature, that maybe theirs was going to be more aggressive. I think there's probably just more going on and a little bit, more alcohol, more body, more flavor in the Solemn Oath. Not that that's a bad thing on Three Floyd's part. This one's probably a little bit more drinkable, less of a sipper than the Solemn Oath beer was.
Right.
But I think they're both good beers.
Yeah, this feels more like you can eat dinner with this, some pork or something like that. Where the Solemn Oath one's like that's the after dinner drink. That's the going to bed drink.
Yeah, this is definitely lighter on the palate, and we're talking about a pretty big style of beer here. Mm-hmm. So take that for what it is, but I mean it's still an imperial stout, so it's got plenty of flavor. But in comparison with the two, this one just seems a little bit more approachable.
So now that you had it, do you remember having it 2 years ago?
I don't.
No.
Because I had the barrel aged version of it.
Oh, yeah.
How would I know?
Oh yeah. This one's not barrel aged, right? Because all their barrels are infected. Is that the?
Yeah, I mean,
internet.
That's the
internet hate.
Yeah, the Facebook group hate thing going on right now is all the infections going on with the Three Floyds barrel aged stuff. I haven't really had many of their barrel aged beers, but
no, not really. And knowing that, which one got canceled? Was it Alpha King is still here?
Pride and Joy.
Pride and Joy got canceled. So
that was one of my favorites too. I love that beer.
Yeah.
Everyone always says that, but did I buy a lot of it? No, probably not. No. So I was as much to blame as anybody.
But then whenever you saw Zombie Dust, you're like, yeah. Zombie Dust. Yeah. Pride and Joy, you're like, no, I'll take Prima Pills, please.
So, yeah. I mean, that's one of those things. People only complain about it when it's not there anymore.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be missed, but really, they should have got rid of Robert the Bruce. But, yeah.
Maeve says no because Maeve loves Rob the Bruce, as do I. I like Robert the Bruce, too.
She loves Brian Boru.
Brian Boru as well.
Nobody likes Robert the Bruce.
Well, come on. I like Robert the Bruce. I think it rounds out their portfolio. They need that dark malty beer amidst all of the IPAs that they make.
Yeah, I think it as a portfolio round out, it does. It sits on the shelf and takes up space for them. Sure.
It might. It might.
That's their plan.
I don't know how well it sells, but I think it's a good beer.
Yeah. But this is a great beer. Mm-hmm. I do enjoy this.
I do too.
And I think you said you can pick this up pretty cheap, around $10 or so.
Yeah, someone was at some place looking at that Chicago beer enthusiast group on Facebook, which is
the most funny and ridiculous.
Also sad and ridiculous at the same time.
I love when Justin Maynard posts. Shut up! Shut up! When do Phobab tickets go on sale? That was his most recent.
Yeah. But they were at some store, and I think a bomber of this was going for like $7 or $8. It was like super cheap, and they were wondering why. But I think you picked it up for what, 12?
Maybe it was at Whole Foods, so
10 or 12, something like that.
35.
But either way, I mean, yeah, this is a good beer. It's definitely not like one of those imperial stouts where you're thinking big, rich malt character and warming and all that stuff. It's on the thinner side, and it's hoppy and roasty. Mm-hmm. So it depends on what kind of imperial stout you like.
Yeah, enjoying this one. Let's finish this up. We got more to sip on here.
Yes, we do.
Cheers. Thanks
for watching Hopcast.